Yo, everyone, what's up? Welcome back to a new video. Um, Today I thought I was gonna go through my 4 games I played at the wild card to qualify for the Geoguessr World Cup 2026, and yeah, explain my thoughts a bit during the rounds. I guess just like I had some requests to do this, and I've done it on previous occasions, like when I won the Moving Classic as well. So I thought, yeah, maybe it's interesting. This is probably the biggest one I've played, so I guess this is also maybe the most interesting one to hear from. But yeah, there's four like 1 hour long clips, so it's gonna take a long time. I'm probably gonna not watch every round, speed up a bit on some rounds that are a bit more boring. So first match I had was against Gonzalo, which yeah, I was kind of scared. Um, so immediately here, this was so stupid. I didn't install the client before because for some reason I thought I already had like for the World League qualies, or I thought I just had it. I don't even know what I thought. So I had to do it like right when we were about to play. So I didn't have time to prepare anything. So all the settings were like on default. So I had to the first round here I had to take like 10 seconds to change the compass, change the map style, turn off the audio, and stuff like that. So that's why I'm like AFK here the first seconds without doing anything. Okay, and then eventually I get in and I move like one step and I see an area code, and I do know the area codes for not everywhere, but for the most important ones at least. But I did kind of forget this one. I remembered it was in Colima, but yeah, I always struggle to remember if it's Manzanillo or downtown Colima, and I didn't remember this time either. But luckily for me, it was enough to just slam Colima. I mean, he actually had Colima here last second, but he didn't have time to switch. So yeah, that was a good points for run one. Yeah, this one was nice, round two here. So I just literally moved like one step here, and I see Tepexco, Puebla. So I already know the town and the state, which is what you want to find in Mexico usually. So I thought that's probably not gonna. There's probably not gonna be anything else I'm gonna find in this round, so I'm just gonna have to scan for this. But yeah, as you can see, it was quite hard to scan for. So I ended up helping me because I kept moving here a bit. And yeah, here I think you can see yeah, here I see I zoom in on the car here, so it was actually the Southern Morelos car that I saw there. So I was like, okay, Southern Morelos car, let me scan along the border with Morelos then, in Puebla. And that actually helped me because it was like right on the border with Morelos, and it was very small, so it was very hard to find if I didn't have the Puebla region guest there. And he actually went in Morelos as well, so he probably just went with the car, which is very valid if he didn't have anything else. But yeah, luckily I did find that one. Round three, yeah, Kenya here. Yeah, the movement on these rounds, I just remember that the fast move is so nerfed, so you can't really fast move, but the movement here, when you're like clicking, sometimes when you click, you can only click like one step at a time, you know, which was the case here. So the movement was kind of horrible here. Yeah, Nagong Station, I didn't know what this was, but Nagong was quite a massive suburb of Nairobi. And yeah, I did find it pretty quickly. But yeah, this station was absolutely not findable, so I just ended up going middle, tried to scan for it, but it was a very small POI and like nothing major to look for, but it was not in Nairobi, so that's good damage still. So pretty good start here for me. Yeah, here I don't think it was the best round I played, but yeah, I see this van and I somehow I didn't read this. I was reading all of this, and then I saw this that said Batanga City. So that's why I looked for quite a bit before sending. But I didn't know if, like, I thought maybe it's quite hard to miss, but then obviously it just says Batangas here, so it's not that hard to miss. But yeah, I ended up getting the multi anyway, so I was a bit lucky. I probably shouldn't have sent there. This one, I mean, we just had pretty easy 5K. It says Yuma, Fort Yuma and Yuma Center, I think. So downtown Yuma, so obviously going to be somewhat near the center. Just go south, get on bridge, and I think I see another bridge to the west of me. So this is a very easy find. Yeah. It's just that. So not much to say here. It's just a double 5k. Here, yeah, I think we had Kalakmul, and then it also said Campeche somewhere here. So I was just scanning for this. I found it, but it was like in the middle of the forest. I thought we were going to be on the road next to it. Here I probably could have just lined this up immediately like he did, and would have probably been smarter, but I ended up trying to leave the town and get a town name or something. But I got some distance instead, which kind of helped me confirm that we were on this road, because these towns were pretty findable. I just lined it up from there. And yeah, I wasn't completely sure which intersection it was, but I know the 5k ridge is decent, so I ended up clicking between two that I was pretty sure there was one of them. It was enough for the 5k, so that was that was fine. Here we just had the 5k written at spawn, and it was very easy pinpoint. So yeah, he just ended up sending the town when he had it, but it was probably not the smartest play, because there's literally one intersection in this entire town, and it was just there. So he probably should have taken the time to pinpoint this. But yeah, I'm not complaining. It wouldn't have mattered much anyways. Yeah, here, I mean, from my perspective, this was, I mean, I only had the town name we were in. I think I went the wrong way here, and I had nothing else. It was not really findable. But yeah, he ended up going the other way and found pretty good signs, so he got the nice guess here. Yeah, okay, here there was written the state immediately, I think here, Niger state, and there were a bunch of places. I wasn't sure which one was the town name. It says Macedonia, which I considered if that was the place. So I was kind of scanning for that a bit, I think. I ended up moving more, and here it says, I think, no, it doesn't say anything there. I did have the actual town name somewhere. Yeah, I thought it was near Abuja with the hills. It did say Tafa somewhere, I think. I don't even remember which sign it was on. I somehow missed it. But I did find it eventually. And then I just lined up the road, which, I mean, down here it lined up quite well. So I thought maybe we were somewhere down here, which we were indeed. And just this stretch up here, we were cleared by some houses that up there didn't line up, but this lined up pretty nicely. And we had like an off-road going northeast, or kind of curving like this, which was, yeah, pretty self-explanatory pinpoint, but it's a nice 5k anyways. I don't even know where I saw Tafa, but it was definitely on some sign. Yeah, here we had a slightly exposed blue car and pretty northern looking landscape, so I thought Chihuahua immediately. Yeah, we had a town name. This was a bad round by me. I mean, I ended up going like the same way, like I think like multiple times, and I ended up getting nowhere. I don't know if there was any info anyways to be found here, but I mean, it was pretty findable if I actually looked somewhere else other than Chihuahua, because like it makes sense. They're like Max North, Durango Spill with the car. But I didn't even scan there at all. I was just scanning too far north here. But luckily I didn't find it either, so it was fine. Not quite enough for game, but I get another multi there. Here, this one could have been quite dangerous. I feel like if he insta-sent this and was pretty confident, I think, I mean, my first thought was like RGDS here or something, or maybe Santa Catarina on the coast. I didn't have an area code here, and he had one, I think. So if he sent it here, it could have been dangerous. I mean, I would have found the area code in time anyways, because I got into Gen 3 and saw it on that. And my thought was that this was not a very easy piranha without the area code, and it was quite a hard area code to find, that I saw at least. So maybe he didn't have it, but he did find an area code somewhere else, so yeah, he did have it. I lost a multi here, which was probably deserved, because I got some lucky multis on some other rounds, so yeah. And then here, it was the last round. Yeah, he has the town name here at spawn, which I didn't see this at all. So I actually didn't find any area codes in this round. I was kind of moving a bit in panic here, trying to find an area code, because I was very, very scared of this. I mean, my first thought was just like Goya somewhere, but then I looked at the car. It was Stripe 24 brake light, I think, which is very good for the Minas Peninsula. And I thought that made a lot of sense as well with the landscape and the houses. And I think, yeah, here, I had Iturama written there, M Iturama here. So I thought it might just be scannable with the region guess, even though I didn't have an area code and I wasn't completely sure. But yeah, it was quite a big city. You can't see it here, but yeah, so Onoropolis was up there, just northeast, which was the town we were in. It's just like a nearby big city. But he only had Honoropolis, which was a lot harder to find, so he didn't. Yeah, Iturama was there. So it was a good first game. Second game, no moving. We started with the classic Gen 3 Winter Europe. I mean, immediately I just thought the hills reminded me a lot of Czechia. Usually you go Czechia, Hungary, or Bulgaria, but I mean, it just doesn't look at all like Bulgaria. I thought it was too hilly for like Hungary as well, and as well the like evergreen trees and stuff on the hills. It didn't remind me of Hungary at all. So I was pretty confident. I was thinking about the region guess a bit, but I just ended up going middle in the end because my Czechia region guessing is not that confident. It was southwest, which is probably a good idea to go middle because I don't think I would have went southwest if I tried a reading guess. So yeah, but he actually was in Hungary there, so it was a pretty good start for me. Here, I think it said KBB on the bollard. It's just Konya Büyükşehir Belediyesi. So we're going to be somewhere in Konya. And I just tried to line up the mountains a bit here. Yeah, I thought it could be where he clicked. I was there first, but then I thought that there's a bunch of places that fit, so I just ended up hedging more south because this was like the most northern it could have been. And the hedge ended up working out quite nicely for me, luckily. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this round, yeah, I just remember hearing some meta that if you have like, you can kind of, I thought it was like a good example. If you have like one side of the road with like big oil palm plantations, and one side which is like completely rural forest, it's a great meta for South Sumatra. I think like Kodiak said it in his Indonesia video, for example. Panam has also told me this, like he says it's a great meta. So I was kind of like thinking, okay, maybe it's just South Sumatra then, because it's like wild forest, plantations. But I guess this only works if it actually is Indonesia. I mean, maybe the white car was a bit weird. I thought I've seen white car in South Sumatra, but maybe I'm wrong. Otherwise, I probably would have just sent Riau. I don't think I was going Malaysia anyways. So yeah, maybe a bit of an overcook. I mean, Malaysia makes sense, I guess, as well. Yeah. This one was pretty uninteresting, pretty easy. East of Andes, Colombia with the red soil and the flatness. I was just scanning, trying to find a grid here. I found one, but it's not the right town, but yeah, I ended up getting a good multi there anyways. That's 600 damage. Okay, yeah, this round was quite a big choke by me. Yeah, so I was looking, I just remember shout out Panam again, saying that if you have a like a round in Bolivia that it's not Santa Cruz, there's always a smudge unless it is blocked by the sun or something, which there was clearly no sun or anything to block the smudge because it should be around here. But I did not see the smudge and I was looking for it like the entire round. And I was like, this is really Peru. I really thought it was Bolivia, but I mean, probably quite stupid. I trusted the smudge. But I guess it's like this one stretch here that Panam showed me after that doesn't have the smudge. So it was pretty dumb by me. I shouldn't trust it too much, I guess, because it's free Bolivia, but yeah. So that was half my HP gone. Here I considered, yeah, I thought Canada a lot here actually. I didn't go Canada in the end because of this sign. I don't know why I thought this looked more American. I mean, it's just someone who like put this up randomly, so I probably should not have trusted that, but I don't know, for some reason I thought that reminded me more of something I've seen in the US. But yeah, that was not the best idea to trust that in the end. So I ended up kind of hedging for Canada a bit. I went like northern New York, which, I mean, I ended up getting closer, so it was fine, but yeah, I probably should have just committed Canada here. I don't think it would have mattered in the end anyways. I mean, if I was very close, maybe, but yeah, it's not my best guess again, but I mean, it was still good damage. But yeah, here, this one I was very unsure. I was kind of between like Eastern Tennessee and like Ozarks. But yeah, in the end, I ended up going for Ozorgs. It was kind of the wrong idea. It wasn't even any of those. It was just like right between them in like some random forest, which I guess it wasn't that hilly, so I guess it makes sense. But yeah, maybe my guess was a bit too much of a commit. I mean, it's a bit of a risk to send there. So yeah, it makes sense that it's Kentucky. And then here, yeah, this one, I thought we had like a lot of, there was like no sugarcane, a lot of whatever this plant is. I think it's, is it oats? Oh, soybeans, yeah. And I also thought I've seen like, it was blue 24 with like a front blur. I guess maybe this is not a front blur, just a random blur, but I thought it was kind of, yeah, maybe. Which I've seen a lot in like southern MS, and I thought it also looked a lot like the Piranha Hills. I thought maybe that's a cook, and he's maybe gonna miss it if I insta send. Like these hills in the distance remind me a lot of Piranha, but I guess it may be even too open. So I was kind of, I felt kind of good about this guess, but yeah, it ended up just being Sao Paulo, and he got it, so it's a third victory for him. So it's 1-1 after this. So we go on to another moving game. So yeah, here I ended up just getting out immediately, getting a sign saying "Welcome to the past" or something, which I was a tile I knew. I thought it was. I mean, I found the sign in 15 seconds. I thought probably he's gonna find it as well, so might as well go for the pinpoint. But in the end, yeah, actually didn't find it, so I could have just insta sent this, but yeah, the pinpoint was pretty easy. At this point, I like wasted like 5 seconds. I should not have went and looked there. I should have just sent that. But yeah, it was fine in the end. There was some good damage round 1, and a good 5k. And then here, Paraguay. This one was pretty boring. I left here. I had a sign to the road number 6 to the east, and then Tavai Centro. So I was just scanning. I see the 6 here. First I scanned on the 6, but the 6 was east, so then I ended up scanning west of the 6 after, and Tavai was pretty findable. And then it was just like 3 roundabouts, so it was easy 5k for both of us. This one was pretty rage bait. I mean, I could not get out of the suburbs here. I saw this pole, which kind of reminded me of an East Cape pole, but it wasn't an East Cape pole. But then, yeah, so I thought like, my reading was kind of like Southern Free State or something, but like in the end, like I ended up seeing like a Limpopo pole in the distance, which kind of confused me a bit. Yeah, I think you can see here. At least it looks like a Limpopo pole. So I ended up just hedging more north. I was just a bit unsure, but it definitely looked more southern. Yeah, you see me kind of zooming in over there. I mean, if I was hedging a bit, I would have been made a quite nice guess, I think, but yeah, it's not the end of the world anyways, but not too happy with that round. Here, also not my best round. I mean, my movement was pretty good. I got out of the suburbs pretty quick. Should have remembered more my pathing maybe for the pinpoint, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so I had a sign for Kayani pretty fast, and somehow I forgot where it was. But I ended up finding it eventually. But should not have taken me this long to find. But the pinpoint from here was pretty good. I didn't get the 5k, but I went back to my checkpoint and looked for the street name we were on. And I was just scanning for the street. It was pretty findable. And then I was looking for the curve here, which was over here. And then we came from the southeast. And I didn't really remember my pathing, so I didn't get the 5k quite, but yeah, it's good enough round for me there. He didn't have the town, so here we had like big signs at spawn almost, just a bit north, so I was just like zooming in where the I roads are, kind of, where I thought they were, was happened to be very close to where we actually were. And I mean, it's a big intersection, so I just ended up lining this up. I thought this lines up, and I see both curves are correct, and also the road angle here, so I just sent this. Yeah, he didn't have the 5k quite, but he was pretty close, so not going to be too much damage. And here, not the best round by me. We had Miri being 19 to the east, so immediately my thought was that we were south of Miri, like in some suburb or something. But this ended up not being the case. I thought I had something that lined up pretty nicely here, but it's just way too... Like, this was way more built up than some random stuff here would have been. So, yeah, in the end I realized this was wrong, and eventually I thought of the fact that we could be like something like this north of Miri, and yeah, in the end I found it, but yeah, he actually zoomed in there as well, but it didn't switch. But yeah, it was here. I think there was also a PY of the town that we were in that ended up helping me. Here he decided to insta-send. I don't think... I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I would have been in Y anyways. I found some town names here. I didn't actually find them on the map. I was just like clicking. I thought it looked a bit more northern, so I clicked more closer to Perth. But yeah, ended up being quite a nice guess. Was a bit lucky there. Almost game, but not quite. If I found the towns, it would have been game. But yeah, still pretty comfortable lead here. I mean, he doesn't have almost any multis. This one I was pretty scared on though, because I didn't have the state written anywhere or any info about the state, so I was like pretty unsure. I mean, I could have probably just zoomed in. My immediate thought was that there was something north, like Minnesota, Wisconsin, and I mean, didn't see any wooden signposts or stickers. I thought probably not Wisconsin, so I probably could have just found this quicker, but I didn't have anything that actually confirmed that it was Minnesota, so I was a bit scared. But last 10 seconds I just had to zoom into the map and try and look for it, and it was very, very visible, so I could have found this way earlier, but yeah. It was fine. I mean, it was a very easy pinpoint once I actually found the town, so yeah, it was a good game. And now this is a very important game, because I don't want to go to NPC, because my NPC game is very bad. So I kind of have to win this game. And here we had a 67 area code, which is MDDS. Apparently we had like Spanish and stuff written, so that's why he got the border. I didn't see this at all. I didn't think of it, at least. So I was just clicking somewhere in MDDS. But yeah, he got the border right there, so that was a nice job by him. Even though I didn't get to the right town. Yeah. So not the best start there. But it is what it is. I mean, he's very good at Brazil, so I was kind of hoping to not get Brazil. This was kind of bad scanning by me. We had a 2-2-2. I had no idea where the 2s were, but in the end I realized they were east, and then I scanned way too far north, and it took me a long time until I scanned more south, and eventually I found the 2-2-2A, and then the 2-2-2 east of it. Yeah, then I was just scanning along the road for a stretch that lined up kind of with the curves. And yeah, so here was actually the 5K. So I was on the 5K here for a long time. I thought almost that we were kind of like, where I clicked now was like kind of, like this stretch was kind of a little bit curvy as well. So that's why I thought it was like a bit wrong. I don't know if that makes sense, but here I thought this was better, but this was way too short of a stretch to be right. So that was a bad switch by me, but I got the multi anyways. So it didn't really matter, but yeah. Here, Gen 3 Vietnam. I think everyone just sends north on this. I don't really know how to get middle here. I mean, probably something about the plantations or something that's weird for north, but with the Gen 3 I feel like you almost have to send north on this. There's like so much more Gen 3 up north and roads like this as well. I don't know. This is hard to go middle on, I feel like. Probably someone gets it, but yeah, this just blurred antenna. I was just trying to line something up near Ishevsk. It was like a little bit red soil, a little bit foresty. I don't know. I didn't find anything in the end, and I was lucky again to get the multi here. I had some lucky multi Plonkovs. Yeah, it's pretty hard to find, I think. Here we had this like kind of, I don't know, no support, so many Mauritius, Gen 3. Immediately just reminded me of some Roraima stuff. Antenna was kind of weird, but I mean, in the end, everything else like screamed Roraima to me, so I just ended up sending there, and he did as well. Again, I get the multi. I feel like my hedge was a little bit better. I could have probably went a bit more south, but I think it's not the most undeserved multi of all time, but yeah. Here we had a Sweden, so it said Rättviksvägen, which you can see on Gonzalo's stream here, which Rättvik is a town. So I thought it meant the road to Rättvik, which it did. That's why I thought it was this road. But I ended up scanning too far north, too close to Rättvik. We were actually a bit more south. So I just, in the end, I just ended up setting Rättvik because I didn't know which side of Rättvik we were on. But yeah, he ended up having a pretty nice guess. I think he said it's a bit lucky after, but yeah, I probably could have factored that. But I mean, it's all good. Lost the multi, but yeah. Here, South Africa, and I thought it was kind of more eastern because in the distance there was like a bunch of pine plantations, or that's what I thought at least, and also kind of rolling hills. So I thought east makes sense. I didn't commit too far east. If I committed even more, it would have been better. But yeah, I wasn't completely sure. I mean, South Africa is a difficult country on these types of rounds, especially. So I didn't go too far east. But in the end, it was a good guess. So happy with that. It's pretty good damage. Pretty important round, you know, get the momentum going a bit. And then next round, I think was, yeah. So here, gotta give a shout out to my goat Barry the Bee for the Namibia smudge doc. So here we actually didn't have any smudges, which is also meta. I know that this road southeast of Windhoek, the C26, it drives southwest and it has this exact angle, and it has like, it's like the most clean car of all time. There's 0 smudges on it, so I thought it makes a lot of sense to be this road. And I just tried to line up something, and I found one curve here that looked pretty good. And there was like really nothing else that fit on this road at all, that I thought, at least, with the hills and stuff, because it was obviously not too far east, because that would be more mountainous. So I just sent this, and he didn't really have an idea here. He was hedging more south, but it was a nice find by me. A very important one as well. So now he's very low on HP. I need to just survive. More Brazil. I mean, there was so much Brazil in this matchup overall. Which, I mean, Brazil is not my worst country at all, but it's surely Gonzalo's best country, so I wasn't very happy to see so much Brazil. But yeah. This one pretty easy Santa Catarina with the single support and the Piranha Pines and everything. But yeah, I ended up getting a bit closer here, so that was nice. Not enough for a game, but yeah, this one, so gettable round. I mean, yeah, I think this is a very good round for whoever picked this. It's very gettable. I mean, we have Y26, which I think is just like near Hamilton and Auckland, a bit east, which I completely forgot about in the moment. We had a big ridge to the west and very flat and everywhere else, and we also had like, I saw we had like big hedges in the distance. Yeah, I mean, I was scanning Christchurch. I didn't really think it was here. I was just looking if there was anything that fit, just to make sure it wasn't here. I don't think I was ever going to commit this. So we had like big hedges in the distance, which is like a good Tauranga meta, like North Coast. They have a lot of these big hedges like these you see here. I don't even know if these are hedges or what they are. So it's definitely super gettable, and I thought about this, but I was just not confident enough to commit that. So I ended up just hedging, trying to hedge as much as possible to not lose, because I was in a good position here, and his multi was not very high. So it was not a great guess, but yeah. So this makes so much sense. Like there's Y26, which is like here, I guess it goes a bit here. There's a massive bridge to the west, flat to the east, Tauranga hedges as well. So this is just so gettable round. But yeah, it's fine. Here was a nice round as well for me. I mean, he's on 100 HP and we get Bali, and cannot complain about that. And there's also a nice lineup. So I see to the southeast that we have like pretty big hills. And northeast we have something that looks like a volcano. And I see here that there's a volcano northeast and also pretty big hills to the south. Like here, there's not really any volcano that fits. And to the south, it's also pretty flat. Whereas here, we're going like up a volcano, and to the southeast, there's like pretty decently sized hills with like a little valley between, which I thought was kind of similar to what we saw here. So I thought this made a lot of sense here. I didn't try to 5k or anything, but I just kind of clicked somewhere southwest of the volcano. Ended up being a really nice guess. So yeah, very happy with that. And that was, luckily for me, a good game. So yeah, pretty scary game. I mean, it could have gone some other than his way for sure. But yeah, thankful to have the moving games in there to help me out, because otherwise I don't know if I would have won that. But yeah. Okay, so the next day, game two was against Naulo from Japan. Had a pretty convincing first win against Kent. So I was definitely a bit scared going into this, especially in the moving game mode, because I heard he's pretty good at moving. Italy, definitely not my favorite country, either in moving or no moving. Pretty bad at it, to be honest. Maybe it's because my friend Panam is very good at it, and we play a lot of 2v2, so I don't really need to know it then. He just pings me every time. But obviously not a real cope for when I play things like this. But I never really bothered to learn it that well. So yeah, I was going west here and looked very bad, so I ended up turning around and going the other way, which is definitely a good idea here. Because in the end I did end up finding a sign here that said Provincia de Benevento. He actually had it as well here, but he didn't know what it was, I guess. I didn't know either, but I mean, I was able to find it pretty quickly. Luckily, yeah, he also had Caserta, which I think is another pretty big city there. That was a pretty good start for me. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm cutting out sometimes. You know, there's like a lot of ads in these videos for Geoguessr to make their money, I guess. So cutting out those. Yeah, here just Ukraine with zero info. I haven't learned the antennas or anything in Ukraine, so I just had to reading this as good as I can. Just kind of went a bit west with the hills, because I thought it could be like the kind of Moldova hills. But yeah, I ended up just being on the label. But yeah, it was a bit closer there, but it's fine. Here, Philippines, I don't really like these rounds, because it's just literally info race, because obviously you're both gonna know the info. It's just whoever finds it first. So yeah, we both got to this school here, but they didn't say any province here. I guess he thought maybe something here was like a district was a province, and he mixed it up. I don't remember, but I mean, if you just went like one more or two more steps north, it said Southern Leyte. So yeah, it was pretty easy find from here. Just had to find Silago, which was a bit more north than my pin is now. Yeah, so it was pretty easy 5k in the end. And I had a 5k like right when, I mean, I had a 5k even here as well, but wasn't really worth sending, because I had it like right when the timer hit 15, so I just ended up taking my time to confirm it a bit instead of sending immediately. But yeah, he didn't find it, so some damage there for me. I mean, he ended up going kind of close, but yeah. Here, this one was kind of funny. So no supports, and it looked very southern immediately, so I just thought Piranha. Yeah, 44 area code, or 46, I think. Yeah, so that's southwest. And in my head, I thought like it would be kind of funny if it's like Dois Vecinos, because that's where Devens lives. And I was thinking this, and for some reason, I just like didn't believe in it or anything. So I was just like not even thinking of looking there, because I know it's like Southwest Piranha as well. I was going for info instead. I mean, this is nothing on it. I was going for a tall name here, but I couldn't find one. So in the end, I just ended up trying to line up the grid or something. And I didn't zoom into this one town that I was thinking it could be. I ended up going to some random town instead that like kinda worked, but also didn't really. There's like one place here where the grid works, but the grid in the center really didn't fit at all. Yeah, it just ended up being in Dois Vecinos, which is like, yeah, that's why I was like kinda laughing a bit. But yeah. I got the multi anyway, so it was fine. Not a big deal. Here we just had a Mexico round. Yeah, I wasn't really sure about the regions here. Just like black car, but there's a lot of new black car stuff that I wasn't really sure. So I was going west here a bit. It didn't really look that well, but I think I still kept going here a little bit. Maybe a bit too long. Yeah, I went back, and then for some reason I thought I saw like a sign in the distance or something, so I went back again, but there was just nothing. So yeah, here I ended up going back, and then I think I went the same way again. I too much, I just end up going the same way twice because I just forget where I go, and I go where it looks the best, and it's the same way as the first time. So here it said nothing, but with 10 seconds, luckily I managed to find, somehow I missed this in the city, but it said Buenos Aires and Durango there, so I had the state. I think I would have been like pretty, I think I would have won this anyways, because this reading guess was quite bad. I think I would have, even with my reading guess without that, I would have won, but yeah, it was good confirmation there to find Durango. I think I was thinking like even Coahuila or something first. I probably would have hedged up west though, but yeah. In the end, was a good win there. Not really that dangerous in the end. Here versus Switzerland, I just tried it. I didn't have any language. There was some language, but I wasn't really sure what it said. I couldn't really read it. But my commit is probably quite bad. I saw some big mountains to the south, but it doesn't really matter. This, was a bit confused, like first seconds here what it was, but in the end I figured it's just Puerto Rico with the pickup truck and small cam and everything. I thought I saw some like savanna, like desert dry thing, like southwest, which I thought this was, I guess it's not that dry. It's probably more dry where I clicked. So I just ended up going for that, but yeah, he had a very nice lineup here. I'm getting like almost a 5k here in the middle, so yeah, not beating that. Here, just had some India, and he's up 2 multis here, so I thought it's kind of important that I get the multi here, so I was trying to hedge as much as possible. I was kind of between like Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Jharkhand-ish. But I thought more likely it's like a bit more west, because there's so many, I feel like there's like more rounds in Madhya that looks like this. So I clicked Chhattisgarh. I think that was probably a good hedge. Definitely could have been where he went as well. But luckily for me, it was in eastern Madhya Pradesh, so I did get the multi here. And some points as well. Yeah, here it said Casas din Delta, which I guess means Delta. I honestly didn't even think of this when I saw that, but I thought so many metal roofs, and we had this like Kyushu looking grass, which usually is very good for things near water, so it made a lot of sense to be by the Delta. And I thought of that, and I thought, okay, it could be Max East here with all the metal roofs and everything, and it kind of looks, I don't know why, but I thought it doesn't look like it a bit. Yeah, you see me zooming in on it there. But I didn't commit all the way. I wasn't that confident. I was even considering hedging more west here, because I wasn't very confident on this. My Romania reading guessing is not the best, so. But I did end up committing east, which was definitely a good idea. Got pretty good damage from that. Could have committed even more if I thought about the Delta thing, but yeah. Here, more Namibia. This is quite a easy road. It's just the one going to in the peninsula. Wasn't really sure how to reading guess it, but just tried to line up something. We both end up going the same place, but I got the lucky multi here. Lucky for me. I guess the stretch where it was like a bit longer. Maybe this angle, I'm not actually sure, but yeah. Yeah, here, this one I thought kind of vibed a bit more like middle south-ish, but the poles were like square, which I thought was a more northern thing, but I don't know how real that actually is. So that's why I kind of went like middle of everything, hedged as much as possible. Like this part where I went is like the thinnest part, so it's not the best because there's like obviously less roads there because it's like thinner. So more south makes sense. Probably should have went more south, but yeah, I don't know. Luckily he didn't commit too far south, so it wasn't that much damage. But yeah. Here, yeah, this round, I think it's gotta say it's a blunder by him. We had like French bollards as well, like right by us. Maybe, they're like kind of right under us, so I guess it's kind of hard to see. And they were, I guess, a bit weird. You can kind of see them here. And but yeah, I thought just the houses look very French as well and everything. But I was debating the reading this a bit. I thought somewhere near Lyon made sense because it's like a little bit of a valley with like mountains east and west and very flat here. But I wasn't completely sure if it looked southern. I consider more like northeast as well, towards like Germany. But I wasn't. I wasn't completely sure, but yeah, I ended up going. I mean, my guess was kind of in the bin because I didn't even click in the valley. I ended up just clicking in the mountains, like west of it to hedge a bit for no reason. But yeah, it was enough for the win, anyways. So yeah, that's a good 2-0. So just have to win one more moving. Here was Turkey. I ended up going a bit in both directions and finding nothing. So I just ended up sending because I thought it looked like Shankiri with the kind of early June, no car 23, at least like rolling mountains as well, or Kirikala, I mean, not Shankiri. But yeah, Shankiri is the one for it, but I guess it's also kind of close. Yeah. Here, honestly, I can't even lie. I thought it was Romania like the first seconds of this. For some reason, I thought this pole was like very thick. But yeah, there I got into some winter coverage, so I realized it's probably Hungary. But if he instanted this, honestly, it might have been in Hungary or in Romania. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I was kind of stuck here in a bit in the start. I ended up getting out, and I got like a town name in Cyrillic, which I thought, okay, surely that means we're near Ukraine, but I think it's like Serbian Cyrillic. I mean, someone said I got unlucky, and there's like one town name like this, in, like all of Western, like near Serbia. So yeah, a bit unlucky, I guess, but yeah, I mean, what can you do? I feel like there's a lot of Cyrillic names in the east as well. Here, just like I think it was more Italy, right? Yeah, I didn't really end up finding anything in this round, so yeah, I had to just make a region guess, and I thought with all the olive trees on like the hills and stuff, Calabria made a lot of sense, but I had some small towns, but I mean, obviously never heard of them. He found like a sign between Salerno and Reggio Calabria, which I mean is still a pretty big area. So I don't know if he had anything else as well. But yeah, also nice guess by him there. It's 1,000 points. Then we had Paraguay. So I think here it said like Farmacia Santa Rosa or something on that sign, and I thought I heard of Santa Rosa or Santa Rita, maybe it was. I don't remember. But I couldn't find it, so I kept moving a bit. But then I didn't see anything here, so I just ended up trying to scan for this town again in the end, and I found it like immediately. So I should have just scanned for it. It wasn't even there, but it was like one town over, so I ended up getting the multi at least. Yeah. Yeah, here, Tasmania, immediately with the pole tops and everything. So I was just trying to leave the town to get the town name. Yeah, it's just this community board. There's nothing really useful there. So yeah. Here, I think it said the town. Yeah, I think it said whatever it was it Stanley, I think. So I was just scanning for this. I thought it kind of looked somewhere in the middle where it gets a bit dry, where the yellow spots are, which was a good reading guess. Oh, Hamilton. Yeah, that's what it was. And then, I mean, I had a 5K again with like exactly 15 seconds left, so it wasn't really worth sending. So I was again confirming this, but it was just here. So yeah, in the end, just had it, and he didn't have it. So and we get another Italy where I don't find anything at all. I mean, I had coast to the northeast, like you see here, or not there maybe. Yeah, here, but I didn't have anything in my Italy region as it is in the bin. So yeah, I mean, I thought maybe somewhere in like Bari could make sense because I know you get some small hills like here in the coast is northeast, so maybe it makes sense. He was actually on the 5K here, but he ended up switching a bit, which is lucky for me. But yeah, I just didn't have anything here really. I couldn't get out of this whatever suburb it was. So he again gets some more damage for that. So I'm looking not the best here, but yeah, hoping for no more Italy rounds. Here he ended up instancing Thailand, which I mean It makes sense if you can't read time. It's a bit risky because, especially if there ends up being an address here, which there was. I mean, this font was kind of weird, so I struggled a bit to read it, but in the end I could just make out to be Nakhon Ratchasima. So yeah, lucky for me there was a pretty easy province to read, and there's definitely some ones that I would have struggled more to read in this font, but Nakhon Ratchasima is pretty easy. So it was a good result there. Here, actually I just learned a couple patterns like a day before this, because Jacob convinced me that I have to know them for this. So I actually came a bit in clutch here. I always knew it was to Labe Ciutada anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered that much, but it actually helped me getting the win. Who knows how the game would have looked if I didn't know this one, because now I knew this one, which I knew it was northwest, like on the coast, like here. And I ended up going here because of it, and it gave me like 1200 points, which was, without that I would not have won on the other round, so actually ended up being kind of clutch. Yeah, it was even more west, but it's good damage for me. Yeah, even 1350. So now it's pretty even game. We have Bosnia. I had a sign to like a town pretty fast that I had heard of, Kakanj. And I probably should have just sent immediately, because like realistically I was not gonna find this dirt road anyways. So I probably should have just sent when I had this. Like here I found it, I should have just sent probably, because I did not do anything more this round. But yeah, in the end I didn't have it, so it was fine. Get the multi, some damage. And here, yeah, so I just immediately zoom into a Maryland plate, and I see another Maryland plate there. I'm debating if I should just send it, and in the end I just do, because I thought maybe he's gonna miss it. Maryland plates are pretty easy, but if he just keeps moving and doesn't see it, then maybe he can choke. I don't know if there actually was an area code in there. I mean, in the end, at least he couldn't read it, and he didn't have anything, so he just ended up going too far south. So in the end, it was a good insta-send. Ended up being like max southeast, but still enough for a game. So yeah, it was a good send in the end there. Nice 3-0 win. So now I have 2 more games to go if I wanted to make it. Yeah. Okay, so next game was against KG, a good friend of mine. We ended up going in 2 different directions here in the first round in Estonia. And these rounds you just have to click as much as possible. Okay, I actually turned around. Yeah, I just ended up committing to one direction here. Just click as much as you can. Just try and hope to get to a sign or something. Yeah. I did get to a sign here with like 23 seconds. So Masalaka is actually in Latvia. I think I heard of that, but I didn't even think of it. I was just scanning in Estonia. Luckily I found the other town that was actually in Estonia. And it was pretty easy lineup from there. We had like almost a 4-way, but not quite. So it was like this one, and then we came from the south. So I just lined up with the curve and it offered to the west. Yeah, it was like, I remember when I played this round, it was like kind of lagging a bit. I was a bit worried because, I don't know, my FPS was like kind of low when I was like moving. But yeah, in the end it was fine. It's like definitely a little bit of a problem, but yeah. Okay, 66 area code immediately. Quite a problematic one. It's a very big area, so you have to find more info to get close, but luckily it was low multi, so it didn't really matter much. Sometimes the police car have the town, so I was kind of looking there, but I don't think this one, it only said Mato Grosso on it, so it wasn't really very useful. I did actually find a town name on this Canadian sign. I don't know why there's a Canadian sign here. But it says here, you can see it says Primavera do Leste, which I would have known that, but I was only reading like the thing at the top. I wasn't reading this because I didn't think that would say anything. So that was kind of my bad. I didn't have anything else, so we both just sent scene up with the dry coverage, and I think maybe it wasn't even antenna coverage, I don't know. It's kind of the standard guess, I guess, in these rounds. But he got the multi there, which is, I mean, just a bit unlucky, but I guess it was deserved because I had a town name. Yeah, here just Botswana looked like something near Gaborone, but wasn't completely sure. I ended up finding Mogoditshane, which I definitely heard of. I was scanning for that, but it ended up just being a Gabrona suburb, which I found in the end. Then I thought we were on the yellow road, had to just line it up where it lined up, which was a bit more south over here. Yeah. This pinpoint was kind of whack because there was like no off-road or anything, and the houses were, I don't even know if I could trust them, so I don't really know what the thought of the pinpoint here was, but I just ended up clicking on the one off-road, but it was not on the off-road, just like nothing mapped to pinpoint it, so yeah. Yeah, get the multi anyways, because he didn't have it. Here, it said Newcastle storage on its spawn, so I thought maybe Newcastle is the town, I wasn't sure. He decides to go for the instance in there. It was a bit risky, and we had a 16 US, I thought maybe it's just worth to scan for that. I thought maybe with his instance he found Newcastle, because that was written at spawn, so I thought, okay, maybe he just knows Newcastle or something, because this guy has very good town knowledge in some countries. So when I had the 16, I was just, okay, let's just scan for Newcastle along the 16. And indeed, yeah, Newcastle was a town. He didn't actually have it, but yeah. So here I just, yeah, found the street names and quick 5k, pretty easy 5k. So yeah, that was good. Here, just Uruguay. I mean, I had some football club, which I'd heard of, but I have no idea. It wasn't a town name, no idea where they are. I didn't have anything here, so I just ended up sending south. I mean, getting the multi there was fine. Here, for some reason, I thought it was like Hoffen, because we had like kind of southwest grid and like border southwest. For some reason, I thought I'd seen something similar in Hoffen before, but I think I ended up seeing that it was red car after I mean, it kind of lines up, but then I saw here there's red car, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's not Hoffen, because red car is only west. So then I ended up lining up something else. Like the first other thing I zoom into looks very good, and then I just look for the street name at spawn, Vita Igur or something, which was, yeah, there. So I just sent that. It was 5k, and he actually ended up getting the town last second, but not the 5k, so it's still multi for me. Here, immediately just going to be Tabasco with the blue car and the front blur and the all white lines as well. So many Tabasco middles. Maybe against a weaker player I could have instant, but I mean, someone like KG will never miss Tabasco here, so it's not really worth instant sending. Then it's just a 50-50 for the multi, which is not really worth it. So yeah, I did have a sign here. I had the Centla, which was not even a town, it was just like a national park. But I did have the national park up here in the end, so I just clicked in the park, but yeah, I mean, I got the multi in the end, but ended up being a bit more southwest, but still gonna take it. Here, yeah, just the Finland round. Pretty good movement here, got out of the town immediately, got to good signs. I didn't know any of these towns, but I went for a road name, and we had a 900. And my thought was that the 900s are really north, but this did not really look north, so maybe it's near the coast, where it can look a bit more southern. And it was like exactly there. So I found it pretty quick, and I thought, okay, if it doesn't have this, it's just game, because there's no way you go up here without that. And yeah, that was indeed the case. He didn't have anything, he just sent south, which I probably also would have if I didn't have anything. So yeah, that was a clean game, pretty happy with that. The only really bad one was the Monte Grosso, I guess. And then, yeah, as well, the he's clapping me there. It was nice. Sort of Japanese hospitality. But yeah, we've played together a lot before, so I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, this was a bit of a blunder by me. I was between Mex and Colo. I thought it's kind of gray car, which, I mean, it could be both, probably 25. I don't know, like it's just clear, like these coffee plantations, it just looks like coffee, but for some reason I thought it could be fruit trees, and it's near Costa Rica somewhere. And I was debating if that makes sense with the gray car, which I think it doesn't, but I thought also that there's so much new like black gray car stuff in Mexico that maybe it's just spread somewhere like everywhere. And I was thinking about the landscape, and I thought that maybe it makes more sense for Mexico, which it doesn't really, I guess. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I was in Mex. I mean, you see me here. I was very unsure. I zoomed into Colo like last second here, but I didn't switch. So that was pretty bad, but no multis, luckily for me, so I was still alive. And here we just had like these poles with the the L shape on them, which is just whatever this place is called again, Batam. I ended up taking a bit south, which was kind of lucky for me, because it was this other island, which I think my guess is probably worse than his, but I guess I hedged for all of this more, but so yeah, taking that. Here, I thought the language written here was just Basque, with like X's and a bunch of weird letters. It's like Otxola or something, which sounded kind of weird, so when I thought of that, I just immediately sent the Basque County. But I guess it makes sense to be this one park, because it didn't really look northern. It looks a bit weird, almost like a bit dryish, but still like these palms, or pines, I mean. Which made sense for this like park in the north of it, where they speak Basque in La Rioja. But yeah, he didn't realize it was Basque, so it's still multi and good damage for me. And then we had this round. So immediately we have these pools here with the 45-degree things, which is like West Cali, Maluku. So I was between those. For some reason, I thought the material felt very Maluku, like the silver stuff. It was also very palmy, like 0 oil palms, a lot of coconut palms. I mean, I looked at this and I thought maybe it's like a North Sumatra pole, because the insulator is kind of weird. But I remember reading in Indocore, I think that for it to be a North Sumatra pole, this insulator has to be like right between the center and this insulator, like on where the support bar like goes up here. So it should be like here, which this one was a bit more to the right. So I didn't trust it, because I really didn't think this looked like North Sumatra at all. And another reason why it wasn't is because we had a support bar, which should be 0% North Sumatra. Supports in Sumatra are only in Riau, basically, at least. It's like less than 1% elsewhere, so I was pretty confident it was not going to be North Sumatra. So it was just between West Cali and Maluku here. And yeah, again, like 0 oil palms, like so many coconut palms, I don't know. And it also, the pole material felt very Maluku. I just ended up sending Maluku. I think copyright, someone said maybe it was 23, but I think copyright was 25, so that didn't really help me. But I mean, I think there's like new coverage there as well. But yeah, and I guess he just ended up hedging. I mean, it could have been West Cali. I wasn't 100% sure, but I felt pretty good with Maluku. So this was a bit of a robbery here by me. Obviously missing the continent round 1, and then stealing the win in Indonesia there. But yeah, so I had to apologize for him. Clapped as well. Yeah, here, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, this is literally a sign with the 5k at spawn, and somehow I just failed to look around at spawn and move past it. And then I take a very complicated route here, and then go back to spawn, still don't see it, and see on the street sign this municipality without the province, but I still find it pretty easily with a good scan. And I thought, okay, this might be very difficult, but no, he just literally says the 5k at spawn, so he's just already 5k'ing. So that was, yeah, not my best round, but it's fine. Here, UK, I mean, yeah, this one, maybe misplay. Like, I was very confused about this round. I probably should have kept moving. So I had this, so B709, and I looked north, and I didn't see a single B road. They were just like B roads with like 4 digits, and then there were just A roads. Like, there were 0 B roads with 3 digits, which I was looking for the B709, and the B, like, there was not a single road with like any 4 digit that even like matched, and I thought it was more north. So I was very confused if I should scan for this or just keep moving. But then there was like 15 seconds left. I mean, obviously his sign is a lot better, but yeah, I don't know. This one I was just very confused about everything. But yeah, I mean, yeah. In the end, it was fine anyways, but not my best round there, unfortunately. Here we just had another Kenya, and he just insta-sent this, which, I mean, this looks pretty horrible to play, so it's fair enough, I guess. I didn't find anything. I just ended up hedging. Luckily the hedge worked out. Got the multi, which was very huge for me. Obviously don't want to lose the moving game, because that's probably where my biggest strength is. This was just a pretty easy 5k. I mean, I was too long subbed in on this, which did not make any sense whatsoever, but eventually I did find the right runabout, so it was just a double 5k. Here we just had the blur here. You can see the glitch, the like laser kind of looking glitch here. It's only in central Kalimantan. So I saw that, of course. and he just tried to insta-send on me. So I was trying to line up something. We had like a name of the beach, but I don't think that was findable. I was kind of scanning for it, but I don't think it was on the map. But I ended up going same place as him to just hedge all of it, kind of like middle central Cali. It was actually ended up being there, but I didn't really line that up at all, so I didn't get the multi. But yeah, it's fine. Yeah, here I had an address, but it was like very hard to read. I could make out Batangas, but the thing before was like very hard to make out. It was like I thought it was like two names, and the second name was like two letters. So I was trying to look for something like that, and he just sent. I don't know what he had, but he did not have the right place at least. Yeah, so you can see Mataz Nakahoy. So the nothing was the one two letters. It was actually three things. So there was like one on the top, on the like part above the sign as well. That was part of the address. So I actually ended up finding that, which was nice, giving me the multi. Yeah. Here was Argentina. Ended up moving here. Moving to the west, and I see this sign saying Salta Central or Salta Capital. I thought maybe the sign is easy to miss and I should just send it. Yeah, he just took the same path and got there just like a few seconds later, so he also saw it, of course. But I mean, I still ended up getting the multi, so that was nice. Was a bit more south, but I thought maybe if he missed that sign, I mean, probably still would not have been that much because I think his reading us would have been fine anyways. But you never know. I thought it was worth a send, but I don't know if it was actually. And then here we had more Brazil. Again, so much Brazil in this map. Yeah, I had a full address on the van here. So I definitely heard of Porangatu, so I just had to find it pretty fast. So I mean, I thought it probably just worth the senders. I wasn't sure if it actually means we're here, because it just says on the truck. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of close. He wasn't there, but it's one like a few towns over, I guess. Got me some damage on the multi, so it wasn't too bad. Here, again, I had zero info, but we had a ton of Areca palms. Looked quite kind of nice as well. Some oil palms as well, so I just thought immediately West Sumatra makes a lot of sense. I don't think I had any info that was good, so yeah, we both just sent West Sumatra. Was a fine guess. He was a bit closer, but it's fine. Here I ended up just insta-sending Arkansas wide and thick lines. I mean, maybe he would have gotten this anyways. I mean, probably he's not a bad player, but he just found an area code anyway, so it didn't really wasn't a great send by me. But yeah, I ended up getting closer anyways. I'm pretty sure it was the Little Rock area code, and he went a bit more northwest. Unless I'm wrong, I think it's the Little Rock area code. So I guess, I don't know if his hedge was ideal for that, but yeah, I mean, I'll take the multi. Here I was pretty scared of Mombasa, to be honest. I mean, there was like a bunch of coastal looking palms, and there was like zero info. It's a horrible suburb without any info. I wasn't sure. I mean, obviously I would have always sent Nairobi because it's just, I mean, he actually had Athi River here, which I would have known, but I didn't see that anywhere. Yeah, I even got on the highway here, but still zero info. So yeah, I just went Nairobi, but I honestly wasn't sure if it was Nairobi or not, but luckily it was. Or Athi River, but it's close enough. Even got the multi there, so that was nice. Yeah, here, this one, we had a famous glitch, and I thought that's probably not Pasto because that's the other place where you get it, but there's so much new coverage there that it's likely that it's just overwritten there. So I just sent this town because I knew this town actually has this glitch, and I didn't really know where else you get it. I think you get it somewhere just near downtown Popayan. And it ended up actually being this town, so that was a nice guess. Yeah. And yeah, this was the last round in this game. Another South Africa suburb. These ones are very tough to get out of sometimes. But luckily this time, somehow I managed to find a way out somewhere. Yeah, I have to go back to spawn here, try another way. Kind of going in circles a bit. Yeah, somehow here I managed to jump to the main road, so that was nice. I don't even know what he had here, where he was scanning for. But here, at least, I found an area code, which is clutch. Was it 035, which is northeast, Kosulu. Richer space, by far the biggest city in this area code, so I thought that's probably just the best hedge to go there. Also kind of centrally placed, at least for where the coverage is, or most of the coverage is. So I thought it's just click Richards Bay here. I don't have anything better. And it was, so that's a good game. Luckily, get the win there. Not the best start in the moving duel, but yeah. And a nice clap from him as well. So that was a nice trio as well. So now I only had the final against Alpha left, so I was quite scared for before this. Quite nervous, but yeah. So, I mean, I knew my record against Alpha is pretty good. Like, I played him in comp, I think we're pretty even in no move, and in moving I feel pretty confident in beating him. So I was feeling before this wildcard, if I knew that it's very possible that I played him in the final, I felt that it was fine. I mean, he actually struggled a lot. Like, he almost lost to Rai on the first round, so I thought that maybe I have a good chance. I saw the town in their spawn, see what land, but I had 0 region guesses, so I was going for an area code or something. And here I got the state name and the area code. I didn't even know the area code here, but yeah, I was just scanning Kalisco for it, and I found it eventually. And here I decided to go for the pinpoint. Don't know if it's the right idea. I think he scanned over this town a few times, but yeah, there was like literally one single street in this town that lined up with the angle we had. So, and we had a street name as well, so it was a very findable pinpoint. But don't know if it was worth going for it. But yeah, I don't know if I think he had a town name, right? I don't even know. He was in Colima anyways, so maybe he didn't find the state name. But yeah, it was a nice start, getting the 5k there off the mark. Yeah, this one, it is incident, and yeah, this was bad. I mean, I obviously heard of Almelo. That was the only one I heard of. I mean, I thought my thought process was that we had Noordhoorn, and Hoorn is like on this peninsula north of Amsterdam. So I thought maybe Noordhoorn is like north of it somewhere. You see Hoorn there, but it just was not. And Almelo is obviously a massive city. I should have known, but my Netherlands knowledge is not that good because it's kind of an irrelevant country. I mean, it's just cope, but yeah. Anyways, it is what it is. If I would have gotten the multi there, I would have just won immediately on this round, but since I didn't. So here immediately I just thought it's somewhere in the like Alaska Peninsula. I just thought it looked so much like that. I wasn't sure which town, but I mean it looked pretty big, so I thought it's just maybe Juneau, and it lined up pretty well, and then I just found the street names as well, so yeah. It was a nice find. I didn't expect him to miss it, to be honest. I was very good damage though, so I was happy about that. And yeah. Here we're near Yakutsk somewhere. I didn't end up finding any info here, or near Mirny, between Mirny and Yakutsk. I just went near Mirny because I didn't find anything, but yeah, ended up being a bit more east. I think that was probably gettable to go a bit more east, but it is what it is. Luckily I didn't find anything either. Here is just freebie, whatever this town is called. Yeah, Punta. And I was thinking I should probably go for the pinpoint here, because that's probably my chance. I was trying to line up the big road here, but nothing really fit except for up here. And I thought, are we really that close to the coast? Maybe. And then obviously if we go southwest here, there's like a bigger road. So I thought, yeah, this looks pretty good here. And even though I thought it was kind of more urban at first, but yeah. It's a good find in the end. And here, I don't know why they would even add this round. Like, it's just free 5k in like 10 seconds for both of the players, like every time almost. Yeah, so just Belarus border on the 19 Kuznets are just on the railway crossing. It's very easy round. Yeah. So 10k there. Here we had a UK. I mean, didn't have very good memories from the UK run against KG, but I had to just move out the suburb. Luckily, my sign here was a lot better. Yeah, so I thought, yeah, somewhere like Lake District makes sense. And we have the A6 here, so I was just scanning for the 684, which I found pretty quick. And it's just, I saw it in Kendall and I saw them cross there, so I just sent there. I mean, it makes sense. It's like the biggest city in this area. And he didn't have anything here, so that was just game. Yeah, so it was definitely nice getting the moving win off the start there. Definitely felt a bit of pressure to win the moving games in this game. I mean, it's definitely where I am expected to win, but I mean, obviously for him as well, if I win the moving games, then he feels even more pressure to win the actual no move games, because that's where if he loses this no move game, then he feels he has to win a moving game, and then his mental is probably in the bin. So of course I knew this as well, so I realized that if I win this no move game, my chances of winning this are very, very good. So yeah. Yeah. So we get into the no move game here. I mean, I know he's very good at Mexico. Got Mexico first round, so not great. Yeah, I thought Canada area where he clicked, but I mean, it was 21 copy. It was 24. I would have insta slammed there. Even more south, I think. But 21, I thought was kind of weird for this area. I thought maybe that makes more sense for like a southern Tamaulipas or something, because I know there's a lot of 21 stripe in southern Tamaulipas, but but yeah, I mean, the landscape definitely looks more like where he gets. So I guess there is some 21 stripe there as well. I just didn't know about it. But yeah, he got a multi, but it wasn't really any big hit, so it was not the end of the world. Yeah. Round 2 was just free volley, quite a boring round with the ornaments there. I just slam middle immediately, and he went a bit more east, so I got the multi there, lucky for me. So on these rounds you just need to win the multi-plonk offs. Like this is another one of those where it's just the freest Tamil Nadu of all time, nothing to reading against it, so you both just click middle, and this time he got the multi. I guess he hedged a bit better, I don't know, man. Yeah. Thought it felt a bit coastal, we couldn't see any mountains, I think, so... Yeah, here this just looked like average Thailand round. We had some coconut palms, some palmyra palms, I think, some cassava, so I didn't think it was too far east. I thought just somewhere like near the label was pretty fine. Yeah, I think I went Lopburi here, just to hedge as much as possible, just near the label. And he was actually east first, but he ended up switching to like where I was, and ended up getting the multi there, so it's a bit unlucky for me, but yeah, it's fine. And here, okay, yeah, here he had some struggles. I don't really know what happened. I mean, this round I felt blurred, so I thought it's just Orenburg somewhere, because I know there's a lot of like autumn blurred like this in Orenburg. I was kind of scared of this round, I can't lie, so I'm almost like a bit happy that this got... I mean, I think it would have been... I don't even know where this round actually was. Maybe someone knows. I guess I can check after, probably just with the JSON. So yeah, I don't actually know where this one was, but surely it was somewhere like at least in this area, I hope. But yeah, anyways, this round was reset because his map was glitching or something, and then there was another reset round after. We had like a Bangladesh that he couldn't play on either. Yeah, this one was not that interesting. I think it's just like a Kulna Delta or something, maybe Barishal Delta. But yeah, here we had an Indo guess. We were in the round again. And yeah, Surabaya payment, so just went somewhere near Surabaya. Was actually quite far away. He had a very good guess here. I don't know how he got this, but yeah, it was a good guess. I'm sure there's some secret Salix meta that he knows about that he wants to gatekeep, which is fine. But yeah, it was a great guess by him. Yeah, here just Bopsikar kind of looked like the Maharashtra, like sort of mountains, you know, near Mumbai. Could have definitely been a bit more north where he was, but I feel like that's just not the best hedge. I feel like this just looks like this the entire Maharashtra coast. So I kind of just went, maybe even I went a bit too far north, I feel like. But yeah, ended up being a lot more south. But yeah, I got the multi, so that's fine. And here we just had the blurred core, which is a good meta for Southeast Sula and like Lampung. So it's doesn't this, but I mean, obviously he's not gonna miss this either. So it's not that hard of a round. Yeah, and then this round was very consequential. I don't know. My thought was first like somewhere in Yukon, and then I saw we had this antenna, which I know is on one of the roads in Alaska. And then I thought, could this be Alaska? Maybe. So my thought was that I was just gonna see this road if this lined up somewhere, which is the road I thought it would be if it's Alaska. It didn't really, so I was a bit worried, but yeah, I couldn't think of any road in Yukon. Like I don't know I don't know which of our guesses are worse here. I feel like we both got a bit lucky here because none of our guesses are particularly good here. Like, yeah, I mean, it's very gettable to get this road because this is like a famous road in BC. But for some reason, it looked so, I don't know, so small for this road. It just looks like a random dirt off road or something. Like, yeah, I was very, very unsure. So I ended up just hedging a bit more east of the border. It was like right in between us. So yeah, maybe you guys in the comment can let us know which of our guesses were worse here. I think they're probably quite equal. But yeah, I mean, he got the state, I guess. Here's on Gen 2 Western Australia. I mean, everyone seemed to know this was Denmark, but I don't know how. Like, this just looks like generic green West Australia. Maybe my hedge was quite bad. I thought maybe near Perth there's going to be some more Gen 2, like left somewhere. But that logic was kind of bad. I mean, I've never seen this before. But yeah, he ended up hedging a bit more south, getting quite a bit of damage from that, to be honest. So it wasn't ideal, but he's still very much in this game. Yeah, this round was, yeah, I mean, okay, so we have semi-blue 24, which is like, it's like northeast Shayapum, Sakon, Nakhon, and like Kanchanaburi, I think, mainly. Maybe there's a bit near Bangkok as well, but this was obviously not there. So I thought this kind of like flat ridge made a lot of sense for Shayapum, but then the reason why why I thought of switching is just like there's a mountain west, which also makes sense for here, but it also makes sense for Kanchanaburi, and it's like flat to the east, and it's like so dry. Like for some reason in my head, I thought that the Shayapum covers was like more kind of not as dry at least, and I know the Kanchanaburi covers is like super dry. So I thought like there's definitely some ridges around here that could fit, even though the flat ridge makes more sense for Shayapum. Maybe I know a lot of people also thought this was Kanchanaburi, so I don't think it was the worst guess of all time. But yeah, it was a bit unlucky there. I definitely could have gotten that with the flat ridge and yeah, everything, and he also gets the multi for it. So yeah, definitely quite annoying. But I mean, at least he didn't get it because then that would just be game if he got that right. So yeah. And here, yeah, we had the Shangwat written here, Shangwat Kalasin. So shout out to whoever put this in the map, just giving the Shangwat and no moving. I mean, this is also kind of a weird font, but this was definitely readable. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, first I thought it was like more Western, so I had to look around a bit first and confirm that it actually could be Kalasin. And yeah, I thought it probably makes sense to be East as well. So I just sent it. But he didn't, I don't know if he can't read Thai or if he didn't try. I just assume he can't read Thai. But yeah, he was pretty close anyways, but I got the multi, so it was nice. Yeah, we had a Peru round here first. And we just had, I think that was Black Card 23, which is like either max south or middle. And I did not think this was max south. I thought I've definitely seen a few roads like this in the middle that makes sense, like with big mountains like this just near Lima. So I was pretty confident there was just going to be somewhere around Lima here. Was actually a bit more north. I don't think I would have went this far north where it was. I think he got the multi again here. Yeah, I don't think I would have went up there. Like, yes, it makes sense, but yeah, I mean, probably most of the roads are overwritten now with 23 black by the new small cam, but then this round is probably the most talked about round from this entire wildcard here. So I can walk through my thought process on this round. So first loading in, I thought South Cali immediately with this pull. So we have normal metal pulls with supports, which is very good for Kalimantan, of course. Quite bad for Sumatra, so it almost excluded Sumatra immediately. Also quite bad for Sula, I guess, although it probably can exist in a few places. But then the more I looked around, like we had this very grainy pavement, which I know Salek said that grainy pavement is very good for Sumba, but I guess it works for like a lot of the Nusas. And also just look at this vegetation, like both of these, it just looks very, I mean, it just looks a lot like the type of vegetation you would get in northeast Brazil, I guess, like drier climate vegetation. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's at least what I thought about this when I saw it. I thought, okay, maybe it's even too dry for like Cali or something crazy, or something like that. And I thought maybe it's actually some crazy news or something. So I kept looking at the poles here, and I see this pole in the distance with a long support, and I'm like, okay, we have a long support, so this is never Cali. I've never seen a long support in Cali in my life. So what has long support? It's like Sumatra, South Sumatra, which is never, and West Sumatra, or West Sulawesi, I mean, which is also never. I thought, I mean, I have seen rounds before with like Beatty pulls in, like completely normal pulls in like the Nusas. So yeah, I thought why not? So I just saw this and I was like, okay, yeah, I mean, vegetation looks like Nusas. We have a Nusa pole and the pavement looks like Nusas. So just like, yeah, it's just surely Nusas. That was what my conclusion was in the end, at least. Like first I didn't see this pole, so I just like zoomed into Cali here first because that was my first thought, and then I looked in the distance, I see this pole, and I'm like, okay, yeah, taking everything into consideration, I think it's just Nusas. And the thing is, I was actually pretty confident in this guess as well. I know like almost everyone thought I lost when I sat there, but like, when I saw it was in Cali, I was pretty confident that I just won here. I don't know, because I really didn't think all of like these pole combinations, like the combination of this round would ever be in Cali. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going Timor. I mean, Rote makes a lot of sense. I could have went like something like Rote because it's like so flat. Yeah. So obviously after that round it was like the Indo like really came in clutch. Like the Maluku round against KG and then this Nusa round against Alpha when I was losing in the no moving games. Like they really clutched up for me. So shout out to Indonesia, I guess. But yeah, obviously now I'm looking really good after that guess, so I was very, very happy with that. But obviously you have to stay calm if you can't get too ahead of yourself. Like, haven't won yet, so I just have to lock in for the next game. Yeah, so this was a very, very nerve-wracking game. Probably the most important game of Geoguessr of my life here. So yeah, start off in Switzerland. I had like S said. I guess it was like a province. I don't remember what it was called. I was kind of thinking it was one, but I was like scanning. Yeah, you see, I zoom on the borders, something that made sense for S and said, but I didn't really find anything. So I'd end up just going Zurich. Yeah, I mean Alpha's mental was also a bit. Yeah, that's what I said. Like losing the number game there on the run like that. I don't think he was very happy, but it's obviously understandable. So yeah, that was a good round for me. I got the multi. I mean, here he just nested on Northeast Oman with the coast Northeast, which makes a lot of sense. I ended up finding a sign here saying Tiwi Help Center. I thought it sounded a lot like a town, so I was just scanning the coast for that, which was indeed a town here, and I found it. It was a pretty easy lineup for the 5k there. And this round was a bit of a joke. I don't know. I didn't have anything on this round. He was just moving around in circles without any info. And he ended up going like Catherine, but his like, and then I would have been closer. But his old guess from like 5 seconds ago was the guess that actually ended up counting, and for that reason he was closer. So he actually ended up getting the multi on this for clicking in the water for some reason. So I don't know how that worked, but yeah, I mean it ended up working in his favor, I guess. And here it's just kind of easy northern SLP with the car and I don't know, the landscape, but for some reason I didn't see these places. They were very findable, like Estación 14 or something. Real de 14 was up there. So yeah, Estación 14 is there. So pretty bad scanning by me there, but it's fine. This one, we had like, what was the ability? Like Kesan or something? I definitely heard of it because I did learn them in Europe at one point, but I did not remember where it was at all. I was not sure at all where this was, to be honest. Because it kind of looks a bit baity. It looks a bit drier than you usually expect from European Turkey. So yeah, it was a bit baity. But yeah, I was even scanning east there just to make sure it's not there. Because I mean, if it's there, it's obviously almost game, I think. But luckily it wasn't. So yeah, I just ended up hedging as much as possible here, try and not lose too much points because I wasn't sure really where this would be. Yeah, lost about 1,000 points there, so actually not looking too good here. He's actually in a quite decent lead here. Yeah, Bangladesh, I probably should have instant Pabna here. I don't think he had Pabna here, but I wanted to go for the 5k because I thought he was going to have it as well. But the second thing on the thing was just not on the map, and it's just downtown Pabna. We shared a multi here, which is probably fair enough. Here we had Rio Grande do Norte, which says Estigos de RN. So I was considering sending Rio Grande do Norte here. I don't know if he would have had it if I sent. So maybe that would have been a good idea. I don't think he had anything, but I mean here he obviously had something, I think. I mean here he had the stated list, but I mean that would have been surely more than 15 seconds. So I don't know if that actually would have been the play. I mean now it ended up working out for me anyways. I found a town name here with like 25 seconds left, so I just tried to scan in the south where the big mountains are for it. So I was kind of thinking it's more west because that's where the biggest mountains are, but it's kind of a commit. So in the end I just put my pin. Actually I didn't put my pin, but I was just the last seconds I was just scanning west because I really thought that's where it makes the most sense, and like yeah, I did find it the last second there, so that was nice. It's pretty small. So now we're back to about even again. So a very close game here. More Mexico, not really what I want, but this round was pretty easy. Even got the multi here. Pretty bad scanning here, 186 here, but it was actually quite a lot more west. Yeah, let's get a Sega, and then we were between that and Candelaria, so just lined up something. And luckily I even got the multi here. It's a bit lucky. Yep. Here even more Brazil. Yeah, he just insisted with the area code. I also had an area code at this point. I don't know where I saw it, but I had a 16 area code, which I just revised the Sao Paulo area codes recently, so that was good. Ended up hedging a bit west. I don't know why. I mean, I had like a 16 area code run where I was practicing, and it was a bit more west, so I thought maybe the area is a bit bigger to the west. Probably makes zero sense, but I got the multi, so I'll take it. Yeah. Here, just Taiwan. I mean, I had nothing. He just instant. I mean, I had like a town, like Hubu village. I was scanning like Penghu for like a second just to make sure that if Hubu is not a massive town of Penghu. That's really the only reason I looked there. Yeah, he got the multi here, but not really any big damage. Yeah. Here was in Australia with like the 5k written from the spawn. Like if you go north, so I'm surprised it didn't go north here. Quilpé is a big city. Yeah. So I didn't actually get the 5k here. It was kind of a throw by me. I sent too far south on the intersection. But luckily for me, he somehow didn't find this. I feel like this is not that hard to find, but yeah, I mean, he almost clicked on the 5k anyways, but luckily for me, I got the multi here anyways, even though I didn't have the 5k. Yeah, okay, here was the last round. So immediately I thought this was like, I mean, his region guess was like West Cape. I thought this was like Durban or something immediately. So that was already a pretty big spread, I guess, in our thoughts. So yeah, just keep moving up here, and here I see Kids Beach Vet, which I had heard of Kids Beach. I knew it was a town somewhere on the coast. So you see me scanning the river first, and then I scan south and find it pretty fast. And I mean, here's obviously I just have to send this like. So he had Kids Beach as well there. It said in empty, but I guess he didn't know it. He also had Buffalo City, which I have no idea what that is. I would not have known that. I think it was not. But yeah, so this was, luckily for me, it was enough to take the victory. So yeah, very happy with this performance. Winning 3-0 in every game except against Gonzalo. And going to play in the World Cup. So yeah, definitely happy. I think overall, I think I played well. I mean, the no move, like the thing is, I don't even think my games were that different from my World League qualies. Like I did very well in the moving in the World League qualies. I did that here as well. I had a few blunders, like I sent Peru on Mex, and I mean here's a Mex on Colo. I had like a good Indo guess. Got Pinkulu, which I had some good Indo guesses here. I don't know. It's just the only difference here is that I'm playing against a few people, and it was like on no multis, and then I mean the moving is heavily weighed. I don't know. In the end, what matters is that I actually did end up making the World Cup, which I'm very happy about. So I will see you guys in Berlin. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching this video, and goodbye.